There are many incidents where a company had to change its course to a different goal due to reasons like economic difficulties, war, and decreasing in the popularity or relevance of a product. Most companies fail to do good after their change because of the sudden change, and slowly go down or live in their previous shadow of glory that they had. But there's one company that didn't just change its objective, it survived the worst of war and economic famine. From almost ending under bankruptcy to leading the automobile industry, Toyota's story can only be compared to a miracle. Today, we'll talk about the Japanese automobile powerhouse, Toyota. In 1867, on February 14th, Tsukichi Toyoda was born in Kozai, Shizuoka, Japan. He was born at a time when the strict tradition of following in his father's professional footsteps was decreasing. This helped Tsukichi Toyoda to do things he loved to do when he was ready to choose his profession. From the start, at a very young age, Tsukichi Toyoda had an immense interest in mechanics and new inventions. When he was attending school, he used to study Western literature beside his school study, which later helped him to become the man he wanted to be. His interest peaked when he started to visit industrial exhibitions and saw all of these new inventions. Tsukichi Toyoda was determined to be an inventor himself, and because of his vast knowledge and determination, he chose not to be a carpenter like his father, and decided to invent something instead. Tsukichi Toyoda devoted his life to his passion, and after years of hard work, he finally invented something that changed the course of textile history in Japan. It was a handmade wooden loom, and Tsukichi Toyoda was using his surname, Toyoda, to introduce his invention. This wooden loom was well received by everyone, but Tsukichi Toyoda surely knew that he could make this better. He worked on his invention to perfect it, and later developed 7 different models of them. His last version came in 1924, and some of the critics and inventors said it was too perfect, and that it can't be perfected anymore. This G-model automatic loom could work non-stop, with minimum human capacity. It was a blessing for the textile industry in Japan, and Tsukichi Toyoda was considered one of the best inventors Japan has ever seen. Tsukichi Toyoda already owned a textile factory with his partners and was doing great, but Tsukichi Toyoda also understood his invention had a huge probability to become an industrial revolution. So in 1926, Tsukichi Toyoda started his company, Toyota Automatic Loom Works, to mass-produce the machines instead of using them in his textile factory. Toyota Automatic Loom Works were making quality equipment, and its stories were reaching from Japan to all over Europe. In 1929, Tsukichi Toyoda sold the patent of his loom to the Platt brothers for $100,000, which is equivalent to about $1,732,812 today. Unfortunately, in 1930, Tsukichi Toyoda passed away, and later, his son, Kichiro Toyoda, took over the company. When Kichiro Toyoda came, the money from the loom patent deal was still there. It was a really big amount, and Kichiro Toyoda decided to invest this money to open a new division that will make cars. It was a move out of nowhere, and some people say that Kichiro Toyoda was just like his father, and he followed his dream rather than following in his father's footsteps. Also, some people say that it was Tsukichi Toyoda's dying wish to move to the automobile industry because of his undying desire for new inventions. There are many stories and rumors about this sudden investment, but we all know today how right Kichiro Toyoda was. Kichiro Toyoda's company bought their first 2 cars in 1935, a Model G1 truck and a Model A1 passenger car. In 1936, the Model A1 was modified and it was named Model AA. At the beginning of Toyota's automobile journey, they copied some of the Western car designs and implemented them in their own cars. But even when Toyota Automatic Loom Works was following Western companies such as Ford's design, they couldn't follow the cheap price Ford was providing. Toyota Automatic Loom Works was making cars that were so expensive that they couldn't mass produce them as they wanted to. Meanwhile, Kichiro Toyoda was also looking for a change in its company logo. He even arranged a logo design competition for this. Out of over 27,000 entries, Kichiro Toyoda found the perfect logo for the company. But at the same time, Rizaburo Toyoda brother-in-law of Kiichiro Toyoda suggested that they should change the company name as well. Toyoda literally meant fertile rice paddies, something that had nothing to do with the company. Kiichiro Toyoda took the suggestion and changed the company name from Toyota to Toyota because it was easy to pronounce. The automobile division became independent and it was named Toyota Motor Company. At the same time, Toyota received an order from the Japanese government to provide 3,000 trucks. With such a big order, Kiichiro Toyoda decided to invest in developing new models and stop copying other Western companies altogether. He thought it was time to do something new, but time took an unexpected and dark turn. In 1940, World War II broke down and Japan actively joined the war. At the time, to support Japan, Toyota Motor Company switched to making only trucks for the military. As the war got extreme by day, Toyota also faced some war damage. In August 1945, Japan faced the first and to this day, the only atomic bomb attack in human history. Less than a month after the atomic bomb attack, Japan signed the Instrument of Surrender. Before the surrender, Toyota's Koromo plant was destroyed. Toyota faced an extremely hard time financially and politically. After the surrender, the US-led occupying forces banned passenger car production in Japan. Toyota was allowed to begin building trucks for civilian use to rebuild the nation's infrastructure. Toyota was also repairing the US Army vehicles under contract. But then the Cold War began, and the USA slowly shifted its attention from Japan. Kiichiro Toyoda saw this as an opportunity to start working on passenger cars again, and in 1947, Toyota's new car, Model SA, came to the scene. Even though the Model SA was a very good car, Toyota quickly faced the wrath of the broken system left by the war. The economy was destroyed, the passenger car market was non-existent, and the regulation system was unfairly checked. From 1947 to 1952, Toyota made only 300 cars and almost had to give up the company in the name of bankruptcy. After many strikes and heated incidents of laying off workers from Toyota, Kiichiro Toyoda finally decided that he'll admit his guilt. He retired in 1950 and took responsibility for the bad times the Toyota war went through. Not only did this stop the outrage, but workers gained a newfound respect for Kiichiro Toyoda. In 1952, the Korean War started, and the USA needed a company that had experience making trucks, and ironically, Toyota was there. Toyota received an order of 4,500 army trucks, and this one order gave Toyota the second chance. Toyota also learned from its mistake of copying car design. Because of this, Toyota couldn't enter the world market due to the plagiarism accusation. So Toyota started a new policy in their company. If anyone has any idea that can develop or improve their car design, that person would receive a nice bonus. Because of that, Toyota quickly received a lot of suggestions, and some of them turned out to be game-changing. In 1955, Toyota was slowly recovering from the damage it experienced from the war alongside the country. At the time, Toyota received a state order to provide cars for police work and taxis. This time, Toyota wanted to make something unique, so they made the Toyota Crown. This car received excellent reviews from all over the world after its global release. Toyota was also working on passenger SUVs because of the underdeveloped roads Japan had at the time. Toyota successfully made the Land Cruiser, and it was also well received. Because of this back-to-back success, Toyota finally decided to enter the US market in 1957. Toyota produced 8,000 cars a year, but that number skyrocketed after 1965. At that time, Toyota was making over 600,000 cars a year. Toyota is considered to be one of the leading automobile companies in the world, with over 100 car model variations and a net worth of $279.278 billion. Toyota is spreading its operation in 170 countries. From almost ending under bankruptcy to leading the automobile industry, Toyota's story can only be compared to a miracle.